Alright guys, here is this classic Breeze 16-inch pedestal fan from 2001. Um, this used to be a neighbor's fan, but they tossed it out for who knows what reason, because barely anything seems to be wrong with it. Um, but yeah, this is pretty much a rebranded Hongqia fan. As you know, these came in a whole load of brands, such as Breezin, uh, Cool Breeze. I think they also made the earlier Holmes fans from the 1990s, and I think it was, but yeah, most of these were based off the Panasonic and the Tatong fans. That's pretty much their basis of this entire design, from top to bottom. Well, actually, yeah. Motor cover wise is pretty much based on the Panasonic, just for judging by the size of it. But yeah, these were pretty much the cheap fans for back then. As you already know, the base is quite sturdy. That's for sure. This is as cheap as fans should have gotten. But as you know, sometime after 2007, that's when the products started to get a lot worse than what they were back then. So let's take a look at the information on the back real quick. Has a warning label. Um, Deluxe 16-inch stand fan. This one's a model CT168S. I don't know what the item number is for, but it's there if you want to know. So it is 228512. UL listing is from 2000, but this was actually manufactured in March of 2001. Or that's what I think, but yeah. Of course, made in the good old China. Uh, but yeah, the tilting mechanism on this is not really the best. It doesn't stay up that much like the SMCs, which were built slightly bit better compared to this one. Um, the oscillation knob came from another fan. I broke the original one by accident. Has the handle on here, and the blades are decently pitched. So let's start with the high speed. This thing is blowing quite a good amount of air, and it's very quiet. I'll say that. Medium. There does not seem to be uh, quite a major difference between those two, but it's still very powerful. Now the low. But yeah, even for a cheap fan, they at least made them with decent quality materials, such as the blade and the guards. They don't even attempt to make guards as good as this now. And whenever they do, it's for pretty much very expensive products. This probably would have been like $50 right now if it were sold today or something. I don't know if it would be at the same price. Oscillations, which of course run fine with no problems. And I might guess this was not used that often this year, considering that this was pretty much almost clean when the neighbors threw it out. And yeah, of course there was some grime on the guards, but it was not as terrible as other fans that had pretty much years of use without cleaning. At least I'm glad that this one the bearings are not locked up. Um, Commonly with these fans, the bearings tend to lock up to the point that you're not able to move the blade at all. And that's what kills most of these fans, and that's why these fans, they're thrown out in masses. Because otherwise, these are very decent for what they are. Back too high. The balance is actually very good. It's not intensely out of balance, which I'm glad. And now, the off. So I did a little cleaning in the bearings as well, and oiled it again, so that way the fan runs good. But as you see, the spin down is quite decently long. But in the meantime, that will be it for the video. So that is a Classic Breeze 16-inch oscillating stand fan.